The Joe Rogan Experience.
Because I have a 19-year-old daughter, and she's amazing, and she is not like if I brought up the idea of her pursuing a career based on financial security, she would be offended. And I say that with a little bit of a joke because I also remember like the comedians, people that go into comedy are not like, we didn't know it was going to be this type of business. We went into it because it was, creatively fulfilling to get on stage and make strangers laugh. But like there is something, at least for me, having 5 kids, it's like I really didn't care about money. In my 30s, I remember my parents died and people were all my siblings came around, we were getting stuff, and I was like, I'll take the immigration papers, you guys can have the rest. And so like I was the youngest, but like the point I'm getting to, as you get older, once you get a taste for comfort, it's, because I've tried to articulate to my children, money is about freedom. It's like the freedom to like afford to go on a date, the freedom of independence. Like I don't have to ask mom and dad for help. And so, but there is the perspective that changes. And I'm not saying all people, but like when you're 20, all right, do I have enough money to get beer? You know what I mean? As opposed to like when you're 40, you're like, all right, I might need knee replacement surgery. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like there is some, comforts. You like comforts, right?
Yeah. You don't want to struggle.
Right.
And you don't want to be scared as to where your next paycheck's coming from.
Yeah. I mean, I fly, commercial, and I fly, business class, and it's amazing. And I don't, like if I have a gig and they're like, I would have to fly and coach. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm kind of a, it's like, is it worth being really uncomfortable for a bunch of hours? Like I live in New York and I work at the Wynn's a great casino, right? And they have this theater, and it's a great thing. And so there used to be all these direct flights from New York. There's tons, but there were some lie flat things, and they were like
live flat.
Yeah, so like where it's like the seat turns into a bed.
Oh, lie flat.
And so from New York, it's like a 5-hour flight, and so they essentially started getting rid of those things, and I'm like, I don't know if I want to perform in Vegas anymore. It's like I'm such a baby. I'm like, LA? Yeah, no, there's lie flat. I'll do that.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm just trying to impress everyone with my toughness, my mental grit. A baby can't be uncomfortable for a couple hours.
You can definitely get used to comfort.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it's probably not good for kids to grow up that comfortable.
No.
It's interesting. It's like everyone that I know that's interesting had a pretty shitty childhood and rough and difficult and a lot of problems, but none of those people want that for their children, even though it made them the most interesting people that I know, because they got through some hard times and difficult childhoods and struggle, and they developed discipline and character and the ability to overcome adversity.
I mean, parenting is terrifying.
It is.
It's terrifying.
It's a complicated world, and
because you're going to suck at it, but it's like, how much damage can you do?
Yeah. And how much damage does the world do?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not just you. It's like, what are your children getting exposed to at school? What are your children getting exposed to on the streets?
Yeah, because when they reach a certain age where like you can hear them actively not listening to you, and you're like, oh, I hope your peer group is communicating some of this stuff, because I've said it 6 times and you're obviously not hearing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's really, and it's when you have young kids, you think, oh, because I think our society, we kind of portray, babies, oh, I couldn't sleep last night. My baby was crying. I had to change poopy diapers. And that's the easy part. That's the easy part.
Yeah, that's just a lack of sleep.
Yeah. But like when it's Saturday night and they're out, And you're like, what? Where are they?
Right. Going to parties.
It's terrifying.
Yeah, and who knows what's happening at these parties.